Dan is here, and Dan, Mel B, all over the papers. I think you've known about this for quite some time. Filed for divorce.
That's right. And look, it's a really difficult one because, you know, when one of these celebrity couples that we've known and followed for a long time and have been very open and shared their relationship and, you know, sold their wedding and sold their renewal of their vows, after what went on over the last 2 years and sort of how difficult and troubled this marriage became, I think it's really best for both of them that this has happened, because you probably remember 2 years ago when Mel was a judge on the X Factor. She appeared the next day on the Sunday night with no wedding ring and with bruises on her cheek, and then it emerged that the police had actually investigated claims that she had been falsely imprisoned. Now, I spoke to Stefan at the time, and he absolutely insisted that obviously he would never hurt Mel, and he absolutely loved her, even said, look, I'd take a bullet for her, and he wanted to make the marriage work. But Mel came so close to divorcing him at that point. The marriage very, very nearly ended. And then for some reason, she flew back to Los Angeles and got back with him. So what's happened, right, to change that over the last few weeks? I'm so happy about this. She reconciled with her mum, Andrea, and her sister, Danielle. Danielle, you know, she used to be in the soaps, didn't she? And, you know, they were such a tight-knit family for a long time. And then Stefan came in. There were sort of a big feud in the family. And then Mel and Danielle had to go through, just earlier this month, the death of their father.
And something like that makes you reevaluate your life, doesn't it?
And they were there together. Mel actually posted a picture on Instagram of them both holding hands just hours after her death. And I'm told, Lorraine, that this made her reevaluate her entire life, you know, including her marriage to Stefan. And that's why on Monday she filed these papers in the LA Superior Court. She has given some hint as to how difficult this is for her at the moment. So she posted a message saying you have to be at your strongest when you're feeling at your weakest. And it is very interesting because there was just something about these two. They had this weird sort of chemistry where they clearly loved each other, but then they also hated each other.
Yeah, it was quite toxic, wasn't it?
It was totally toxic. And I think it just got to the point, despite the fact that they have Madison, who's 5 years old now.
That's the thing about it, though. They will always have a relationship. When you have children, you can't just walk away. Neither party can. You've got to somehow try and work out some sort of compromise. But this divorce is going to be very high profile. And costly, I would imagine.
Well, yes, because he was so involved in a lot of her business dealings. I mean, I heard a fascinating thing quite recently, actually, which was that, you know how the Spice Girls reunion has sort of fallen, the wheels have fallen off, and Jerry and Mel have fallen out. And one of the reasons, I am told, is because the other members of the Spice Girls did not want to be involved with Stefan.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Mel B, she was so desperate to get this reunion, so who knows, maybe this could now be something where they come together, because I know everyone close to Mel, in terms of her friends and her family members, of course, and her Spice Girls bandmates, think that this is actually a fresh start for her.
So it could be, it could actually, some good could come out of it, I guess, in some way. I hope so. I hope they get it sorted out. As we've said, there's a child involved. She's the most important thing. Everything else has to work around the child.
Absolutely.
Dan, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Right, still